The next few classes we will have on Jainism. We have two, or let's say the three heterodox religion which we have. One is, or the philosophies which we have, materialism or pure materialism. Then we have Buddhism, Jainism. These are categorized into heterodox religion or non-orthodox, because these three do not agree with the aspect of the authority of the scriptures. So therefore, they are grouped into one, that is heterodox system or unorthodox system. Two of them we have seen already, the materialism and that of the Buddhism. Now we go to Jainism. Jainism at a glance, in short, what is Jainism? What are the main precepts? What are the important philosophy in that? Jainism is an ancient religion from India that teaches the way of liberation and bliss is to live lives of harmlessness and renunciation. It's a religion which from India teaches that the way of liberation and bliss is to live a life of harmlessness and renunciation. The essence of Jainism is concern for the welfare of every being in the universe and for health of the universe itself. So the welfare of the entire universe is the concern of Jainism. So much so you will see that Jainism insists so much that every living organism has got a jiva or a soul. Quite the reverse of what we have seen in Buddhism. Buddhism denies altogether the self, the soul. There is nothing permanent existing in the phenomenal world. That is according to Buddhism. Even the anatma or anatha, no self, that is the theory which Buddhism holds. Whereas here in Jainism we will see quite the reverse of that. For them, every living organism, what we see the phenomenal world, the plants, the animals, human beings, everything has got a jiva, a soul. Jains believe that animals, plants, as well as human beings contain living souls. Each of these souls is considered of equal value and should be treated with respect and compassion. So that is the philosophy which is Jainism is holding, or total ahimsa. So you have to be in the nature, you have to respect the nature, you have to respect the other living organism because it has got a soul. So Jainism, coming from the jiva, every living organism has got a soul. Jains are strict vegetarians in a way that minimizes their use of the world's resources. So that is another point. Jains believe in a reincarnation and seek to attain ultimate liberation, which means escaping from the continuous circle of birth, death, rebirth, so that the immortal soul lives forever in a state of bliss. So Jainism do have the belief in reincarnation, and this is a way to liberate the immortal soul and allowing it to live in a state of bliss. So reincarnation in a way that is to attain ultimate liberation, and ultimate liberation is that which means escaping from the continual birth, death, rebirth which is going on and on till you are able to relinquish all the karmas. Liberation is achieved by eliminating all karma from the soul. Jainism is a religion of self-help. There are no gods. or spiritual beings that will come to the aid of human beings. The three guiding principles of Jainism is right, or the three jewels are right belief, right knowledge, and right contact. Right belief, right knowledge, and right contact, the three ratnas, or the three jewels of Jainism. The supreme principle of Jain living is non-violence, ahimsa, or total ahimsa. This is one of the 5 Mahavratas which a Jain monk that is going to take, Jains take, the 5 Mahavratas. Non-violence is one of the Mahavratas, and the other Mahavratas are non-attachment to possessions, not lying, not stealing, and sexual restraint, which is celibacy as an ideal. So, in contrast, we can see, we have already just seen what is Buddhism. And Buddhism has totally denied, that means the whole phenomenal world is insubstantial, impermanent, and it is momentariness. That is the nature of the phenomenal world. And even the soul, according to them, it is impermanent. So there is nothing existing as we call that I. That is not, that's which we often say that is the self or the aham, or that is what is continuous to exist. In Buddhism, no, they deny that. Anatma or anatta, no soul. That is the theory which Buddhism holds. Here in Jainism, we will see quite the opposite of that. And they say that every jiva has got a soul. And therefore, you respect every living organism, and that is because it is in equal status. Means be it the jiva of the plant, animal, human being, it is equal as far as it is jiva. Jains are said to be vegetarians, and they seem to use less of words resources. Jains believe in reincarnation. Their belief is that the soul should reach the ultimate liberation, a state, or should live in a state of bliss, that is to escape from the cyclic of that samsara, birth, death, rebirth goes on and on till you are able to remove all the karmic effects from your soul. And Jainism, there are no gods here in Jainism. Now God is coming to your aid. It's a self-help religion, and no spiritual being can either help you. So your salvation individually, that is, you are the person to work it out. The 3 guiding principles, or the 3 ratnas in Jainism is right understanding, right knowledge, and right contact. In Buddhism, we have seen the 3 ratnas were Buddham Sharanam, Sangham Sharanam, Dharmam Sharanam. That was the 3 ratnas in Buddhism. Here the 3 ratnas, or the guiding principle, is right belief, right knowledge, and right contact. And then the supreme principle of Jainism is that of ahimsa. So it is built upon that. Why you have to practice ahimsa? Because every living organism has got a soul, and you have to respect that. So they begin with that, or they are knitting around that main principle of total ahimsa. And ahimsa is one of the 5 vratas or mahavratas which they take. And the other 4 mahavratas are non-attachment to possessions, not lying, not stealing, and then sexual restraint. That is the celibacy as the ideal. Mahavira is regarded as the man who gave Jainism the present shape of it. And they are called Jinas or victors. Jainism coming from that, Jina or Jains or conquerors. The text containing the teaching of Mahavira is called Angamas. agamas. Jains are divided into two major groups. One is Digambaras and other is Shwetambaras. Digambara means the sky clad, and the sect, and the Shwetambara meaning the white clad sect. So two groups, one not even having any clothes on them, Digambaras, that is sky clad, and Shwetambara, the white clad. Jainism has no priests. Its professional religious people are monks and nuns who lead strict ascetic lives. What are the beliefs which Jainism is having? They believe in dharma. Jains believe that non-injury is the highest religion, and for them total ahimsa is to be practiced. So much so, if you have happened to see in a Jain, they cover their nose and mouth and they move about that way. So they don't want even by breathing injure any of the unseen microcosm or micro insects. Nothing should be harmed. Every living organism has got a soul, and therefore total ahimsa is to be practiced. So they believe in dharma. Jains aim to live in such a way that their jiva, that the soul, doesn't get any karma, and so that the karma it already has is either eliminated or helped to decay. They do this by following the disciplined path of life path. So how to get rid of the karmas which is already there and not to gain any more? So to put a full stop to that. The path of dharma, the truth teaching that Mahavira advocated, was one of strict asceticism, renunciation and moral cultivation. He instructed his followers to cultivate three jewels of right understanding, right knowledge and right conduct. Emerging from these three jewels and relating to right conduct are the 5 abstinences, which are the vows of ahimsa, that is non-violence, satya, truthfulness, asteya, not stealing, aparigraha, non-accusation, brahmacharya, chaste living. And these are the 5 mahavratas which the Jains take, the monks and the nuns. And for them, what Mahavira taught them was that to observe the 3 jewels of right understanding, right knowledge and right conduct. And from the right conduct comes this 5 vows of ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha and brahmacharya. That is non-violence, truthfulness, not stealing, non-accusation and chaste living. Mahavrata, the 5 great vows, are followed by Jain monks and nuns. And anuvrata, that is 2 types of vrata, Mahavrata and anuvrata. Anuvrata, the lesser vows, followed by Jain lay people. These are less strict versions of great vows. So there are 2, or let's say the 3 groups here: Jains, monks, nuns and the laity. So monks and nuns, Jain monks and nuns, they take the Mahavrata. Mahavrata of ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha and brahmacharya. So 5 Mahavratas taken by the Jain monks and nuns. And they are called the Mahavratas. And there is a lesser version of that, that is Anuvrata, taken by the laity. The lesser vow followed by the Jain lay people. These are less strict version of the great vows. So in their belief, they believe in dharma. So dharma is the path. The path of Dharma, the true teaching which Mahavira taught, was that of the strict asceticism, renunciation, and moral cultivation. And he instructed his followers to take the three jewels of right belief, right understanding, and right conduct. And this is what the Jains are strictly following that. The three jewels and the Mahavratas which they take, that is by the Jain monks and nuns, and by the laity they are called Anuvrata. The second belief which they have is in the karma. So first one is about the dharma, second one is about the karma. Karma, the cosmic scorecard. The karma theory is the scorecard of life and of your actions. Karma is the mechanism that determines the quality of life. The happiness of being's present life is the result of the moral quality of actions of the being in its previous life. So it is a following. That is, the present life is the sum total of your past actions, and the future action is going to be depending on how you are performing yourself at present. So karma is the mechanism that determines the quality of your life. The happiness of beings, present life, is the result of the moral quality of actions of the being in the previous life. A soul can only achieve liberation by getting rid of all the karma attached to it. So the aim of Jains also is the liberation, or the moksha, or the mukti from the present world. So a soul can only achieve liberation by getting rid of all the karma attached to it. So that is the second belief. One is the moral, the first belief in the dharma, then the second is the karma, and then what about Jainism and the divine? What about the idea of God? Jains do not believe in a god or gods in the way that many of the religions do, but they do believe in divine, or at least perfect beings who are worthy of devotion, especially that is Tirthankaras. So the Jains who have been called, that is the Jain teachers, or those who have crossed the ford, they are called the Tirthankaras, or the teachers who are able to attain that liberation, and they are worthy of devotion at least. So Jains do not believe in a god or gods like other religions do. This makes it difficult to give a straight answer to the question, is Jainism atheistic? The scholar Heinrich Zimmer suggested that a new word was added or needed, transtheistic, meaning inaccessible by arguments as to whether or not God exists. So Heinrich Zimmer suggested that a new word need to be coined as that of the transtheistic. So in order to answer the question whether Jainism is theistic or atheistic. Often we have that problem of evil, God and the problem of evil. The Jain view of God enables Jainism to explain the evil and suffering that exists in the world without the intellectual difficulties faced by religions that have an omnipotent, holy God, creator God at their heart. So most of the religions in the world, they have an omnipotent, omniscient God, who is the creator and who is the powerful one at the heart of their religion. And that makes it very difficult to explain the problem of evil. Whereas Jains, they very simply explain because they do not have that belief in their system that a god or gods, they do not. For them all matters is the karma. So the dharma and the karma and the such, and therefore no gods, no priests, no intermediaries, all you and your belief. So where religions such as Christianity, Islam and such religions find the problem of evil one of their toughest tests, Jains use the existence of evil as a reason for denying the existence of an omnipotent, holy creator God. So the very fact there is evil existing, they would say that there is no omnipotent God, no omniscient God, as an all-powerful God does not exist. What about Jainism's view or belief in death and incarnation, reincarnation? Like many Eastern religions, Jainism uses the concepts of reincarnation and deliverance. What is reincarnation? When a being dies, the soul, jiva, goes to its next body instantly. This body may not be a human or not even, or even animal. But the fact, the belief is that as soon as there is death, the body dies, the soul escapes, and it is getting into instantly to another body. The quality of its next life is determined by its karma at this time. The mental state of the being at the moment of death is also very important. A calm and contented death with the mind focused on spiritual matters is the best. So what does Jainism advocate? It is sure that there is going to be death and you need to be prepared for that. So that calmness, a calm and contented death with the mind focused on spiritual matters is the best. So more or less when they know that death is approaching, they prepare themselves to have a very composed state of mind. A composed state of mind that does not get disturbed. So according to them, that is the best. So in a nutshell, these are the main things which come in Jainism. We will explain further on all these points. But the main three aspects, that means the one who gave present shape to Jainism is Mahavira, and that he is called Tirthankara. There are 24 Tirthankaras, and he is the last one. In the history what we have been given, Mahavira is the last Tirthankara. Tirthankara means one who has already crossed over the river or the ford, and he has become a religious teacher and who has attained the bliss and in the state of nirvana. So that is the belief. The Three Ratna or the guiding principle for Jainism is right understanding, right faith and right contact. Right faith, knowledge and contact. That is going to be the three Ratnas for the Jainism. Their total ahimsa is to be practiced for them. Why? Every jiva has got a soul, and this soul is in equal status, be it as of human soul, as animal soul or plant soul. Every living organism has got a soul, and therefore you have to respect. And therefore, total ahimsa is to be the one of the highest virtues to be practiced. So along with this, there are altogether the 5 Mahavratas taken by the Jain monks and the nuns, and Anuvrata, that is less in comparison to the Mahavrata, it is practiced by the Jain laity. And then their belief in dharma, karma, and then what about the God? Jainism do not accept the idea of an all-creator God, but they do respect the people who have crossed over. For example, the Tirthankaras, they are worthy of devotion. Then God and the problem of evil, Jainism, the death and reincarnation, they do believe in that. The reincarnation till the soul is freed and lives in eternal bliss. So that is, in short, we can say the main points in Jainism.